Okay, hi guys. So I had said earlier that we're going to start in earnest by 4:10 so that we could wait for our friends. Okay.
Ma, ma,
Yes, Fee.
are we actually being live streamed on YouTube?
Yes, the program is so today's program is actually I'm getting echo, so I'm trying to minimize that. A second. Okay. So for today's program, we're not actually having the regular um teaching where we have slides and all. It's like a conversation with one or two of us, and then every other person can actually jump in, right? It's just something that we can all relate to. So it's our Alpha Teens Corner today. Like we had said before, we're talking about how to handle awkward situations as young people, and we will be having questions and answers in that regard. So do you understand, Finn? Finn, do you understand? Okay, good evening, everybody. Good to have us here once again. I'd like us to be fully logged in. It's a very interesting conversation today that we are going to be having. So please do well to turn on your videos and let's get started in earnest. All right. Today's meeting, right? Today's session is basically about um, just having a chat with some of us, and of course, all of us. Anybody can jump on the conversation. If you have a question to ask or something to say to the questions I'm going to be asking, you can just raise your hand and you'll be given the floor. Okay? So it's good to see you all. Hi, Penny. Hi, Angela. Hi, Diamond. Hi, Diana. Hi, Abdulaziz. Hello, Muna. Hello, Kenny. Hello, David, Chinua, Zainab, and Colette and Camila. Welcome once again to another exciting edition of the Alpha Teens Corner. Today we'll be having Kenny. Kenny, are you there? Kenny and Diamond um, be our lead speakers. But of course, like I said, any other person can actually um, join the conversation. All you have to do, you can leave your message in the chat with a question that you have, or raise your hand, and definitely you'll be given the floor. Okay. All right. So our topic for today's conversation is handling awkward situations. And I'm sure that we would all agree that as young people, at some point in time, we have actually had reasons, at least one reason or another, to deal with awkward situations. It just happens, right? You find yourself handling something that feels awkward. So I don't want to be the one telling you or teaching you today what to do in an awkward situation. I want us to all hear from fellow teenagers like ourselves how to best handle these awkward situations when they do happen, because they always do happen. All right. So feel free to jump in when you want to. You have a question, a comment, something you would like to say, please feel free to join the conversation. It's open to every one of us, and I'd like for us to all follow through. But I'll be directing my questions first to Kenny and Diamond to have the conversation going before anybody can now decide to, oh, I'd like to say something to what she had said. Onyinko and Onyinda, it's good to have you in class. Wisdom, it's good to see you. Welcome. And I can see Taiwo as well. Welcome. All right. Hello, Kenny. Hello, Diamond. How are you both doing today?
Good, thank you.
All right. Onyinko and Onyinda, please leave me a message in the chat box. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you very much. So once again, my name is Sophie, and I will be directing my questions, like I said earlier, to Kenny and Diamond to discuss how young people like us, I would say us because I feel like I'm a young person too, right? How we can handle awkward situations as they come our way from time to time. Okay, so Kenny, I would like you to introduce yourself to the rest of us. Tell us your name, what you like, your values, what you do when you're, not in school. Just do your thing.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kenny. I'm in year 8. I value honesty, loyalty, and friendship. I love to write poems and stories in my free time. I hope to become an influencer and a real estate agent when I grow up.
All right. Honestly, I find that really fascinating. She says she hopes to become an influencer and a real estate agent. Wow, that's interesting. So tell me, Kenny, what exactly about being a real estate agent is exciting and, you know, that's appealing to you? Why real estate?
I don't know, because I think real estate, it deals with business, and I quite like that business thing, because I think business runs down my family, so like I just picked it up, and also it pays a lot as well. So
Wow, clock it. Nice.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So she says she likes real estate because first, she likes the business angle of it, and then it also pays. I mean, that's a beautiful thing to think about, right? You want to do something that you love, and then something that you love that will pay. I mean, nobody wants to, if you know what I mean. Thank you very much, Kenny. So, Diamond, over to you. Are you able to speak now? All right. So tell
Good
us a bit about
afternoon.
yourself and the things that you like. Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Diamond. I'm in year 7. I value loyalty, kindness, and honesty. And I would like to be a heart surgeon when I grow up because I've always liked science and understood biology, and also I've always wanted to help people feel better.
Did you say heart surgeon?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's really beautiful. And I think this kind of um this kind of ambitions always come from a very caring place. I mean, some people cannot even stand blood. So if you think that you want to spend the rest of your life saving people from heart diseases, I think that's a very noble thing to do. Thank you very much, Diamond. It's a pleasure to have you on
Thank
this
you.
conversation. Thank you very much. So Kenny, over to you. I would like to ask, what do you think, how would you define an awkward situation? What do you think an awkward situation is in your own words?
That's actually a really good question, because some people find it really, really hard to like find what their own definition is. But to me, I think it's like having a moment that feels really uncomfortable and you don't know what to say. You find it a bit confusing and you just find it, you're just like standing there, not knowing what to say or like to do. I think it's just a normal thing that really happens in life and like everyone experiences it. So it's nothing you should really be afraid of.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. So awkwardness can come with a bit of uncomfortability as well as a bit of confusion. Yeah, I would agree to that. Thank you. Diamond, in your own words, what would you define awkwardness as?
In my own words, I wouldn't really say confusion. I'd say like an a situation where you feel like uncomfortable or even embarrassed sometimes. And then you don't know what to say or do to anyone. You just end up standing there. And I agree with Kenny, it does happen to everyone. But you can learn to overcome it and handle situations like that better.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So yes, I'm glad that we both have very similar views to what the idea of awkwardness really is. Thank you so much, both. Um, I appreciate your sincerity and openness on that. Okay, so Kenny, I'd like to ask, um, I know a lot of us feel like, oh, why would I be qualified to talk about awkwardness? I mean, I'm still dealing with it myself. So how would you say you handle awkwardness? How well would you say you handle awkward situations on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say I'm like a 9 out of 10 because the experiences I had just like built me up. So I think like sometimes it is uncomfortable because you can never know when it can happen. But I've learned to like stay calm and like smile and like be respectful, because if you say, okay, this is awkward and just walk away, some people might find that offended. So I am still improving, but the more like it comes to me, the more like I'm improved at it.
Thank you. So she says 9, but then she quickly adds that she's still improving. And I can see somebody in the chat box saying that his own level on the scale of 1 to 10 is even 0. Wow. I like the sincerity. But yes, we're here to learn how to handle awkwardness better going forward. So, Diamond, how well would you say you handle awkward situations on a scale of 1 to 10?
Mm, I wouldn't say very well. I'd probably say like a 4 or 5, or 5.5. Because usually I just stand there and stay silent, and then I'm just waiting for the person to just look away, and then I just walk away quickly. If I can, though, in
Right.
that situation, if I can. I don't take it very well. But I'm still trying to improve. I'm still trying to find new ways to improve them.
That's the goal. Trying to improve on any situation is actually the key. Uh, if Diamond didn't give me a decimal figure, I'd be surprised. She said 5.5. Sometimes she'll say 7.68. That's Diamond for you. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your sincere answers. And I like that we say, oh, I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to get there. I'm working towards getting there. I mean, that is everything. We ought to keep learning through whatever it is we experience in life. Thank you very much, guys. So, guys, if you have anything to add, or you want to ask a question mid our conversation, please feel free to drop it in the chat box. I promise to pick it up. Okay. All right, Kenny, I'll come back to you. Can you share one of the most awkward situations you personally experienced? How did it feel? How did it go? How did you handle it?
I think one of the most like relatable one is especially when like a new kid, especially like a girl, joins like your school, and she's new to the school. She doesn't know anyone. I think like if one of your closest friends that's quite sociable goes up to them and like they become friends and that, and she's just in charge of like showing around the school and that, you feel like you're not as close to like to the person anymore. I think it's just like not knowing how to like go up to your friend and like say, okay, I feel like I'm a bit left out here. Like, can we just like show her around together or not just leaving the others? Like, I'm closer to you than anyone else. So I think that's one of the most awkward moments.
Quite honestly, I can relate to that, right? You don't want to be seen as jealous, but then you want your friend. And so you find it hard to say, let me walk up to her and tell her, oh, you're leaving me behind because of this new person. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can really relate with that. Thank you. So it's not as if the person joining the school is the awkward situation. It is having the conversation with your friend that seems a bit awkward. But then you have to have such conversations, right? That's very relatable. Thank you so much, Kenny. Diamond, would you like to add to that? Is there a particular one you've experienced personally that felt very awkward, and how did you handle it?
Um, I remember one time when I was in, I think year 5. Um, my best friend, she found this other friend in another class, in the same year group. And then they started hanging out more and more. And then one time they put me and my friend's friend together, and then we were just sitting there, and it was very awkward. I was just sitting there because I didn't know what to do.
Oh, well, I know that feeling. Thank you for sharing. Sometimes you meet somebody you've always admired for a while, and then you're sitting next to them, but then you don't know what to say. You don't know how to start the conversation. You're not sure how to break the ice. That can feel very awkward, right? Yes, I can relate. Thank you so much, guys, for your contribution so far. Um, the next thing I'd like to ask is, from the little that you feel you know about awkwardness, do you think people actually outgrow awkwardness, or do you think they just learn to handle it better?
In my opinion, I would say like most people learn how to manage it because like as we gain experience and like confidence over time, I'm not saying that oh you should gain confidence right now. It does take a while. We become less worried and don't really care what other people think. So I think awkward moments do like appear once in a while, and it can never disappear because it happens to everyone. It becomes more easy and handle. I mean,
Yeah, okay, so we don't really outgrow it. It keeps
yeah.
happening at different levels of our life, but we just learn to handle it better. Diamond, would you agree with that? Or do you think we can actually outgrow some level of awkwardness?
Um, I feel like it could be both depending on how you view it. Um, because like if you learn to handle it better, then you're becoming more mature about that topic. So technically you're outgrowing it. But I think it depends on how you view it, whether you outgrow it or you just learn to handle it better.
Yeah, okay. By the way, I'm not sure I complimented your braids, both of you. They are lovely. And I love how Kenny went ahead to groom her edges, right? And then Diamond as well. I just saw the side view of your head. It's really beautiful. Nice. Okay. I'd like to call on a couple of us that are listening to this conversation. Right. If you don't mind, you can share something you think was awkward that you experienced in the chat box and how you particularly had to handle it, right? And maybe something you learned from handling it in that particular way. We all want to learn from your experiences. So please, if you ever felt like, oh, I was in an awkward space and I handled it this way, and I think it was a good way to handle it, please share it in the chat box. Let me read it out to the rest of us, or you can raise your hand and I'll give you the floor to just talk to us directly about it. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm waiting for Yon to hear from Oyinko and Oyinda. I'd like to hear from Ayo, Angela, Abdulaziz, Diana. I'd like to hear from all of us. I'm waiting for your comments in the chat box. Okay, moving on very quickly. Have you ever said something? I'm directing this to Diamond now. Have you ever said something and immediately you just wish that, oh, I would have loved to take that back. I wish I didn't say that, right? How did it go? How did you handle it?
I can't remember the situation very well. But I think it was kind of like Kenny's situation, how there was this new student, and then her friend began so then I decided to confront my friend, but I didn't say it in like a very nice way. So then I immediately wished I could take it back. I was like, wait, no, I was supposed to say it in a nicer way. Wait, no.
Right. How did that
But I
feel? How
didn't
did
get
you
the chance
manage
to
it
because she just
eventually?
walked away. So
She just walked away.
yeah. So I didn't get
Oh,
the chance to do that.
okay. So how about when you met her the next time? How did it go?
It was very awkward because we usually sat on the same table in class, so it was very awkward. We were just staring at each other, and then it wasn't nice.
So Kenny, I want you to jump in on that. You're trying to tell your friend something, but you don't say it the way you mean to say it, right? And this your friend walks away. When next you both meet and you're staring at each other, how do you break the silence from that point? What would you do?
You could break the silence by like apologizing, and don't over apologize because that might just make the other person's feeling a bit more higher. You want like your feelings to be on the same level. So don't over apologize because like saying it, apologizing, you know in your heart you've apologized. You're just waiting for the other person to accept it. And if the person doesn't accept it, don't worry about it. Friendship come and go. You can always find someone better than a person if you get
Okay,
one.
thank you. Thank you. But I'd like to take a very quick poll now. She said something that I really like, right? If you feel like, oh, something was off the last time I spoke with a friend, and now that you are meeting them, there's this awkward silence that you're getting from them, right? Now that you're sitting with them, you can break the silence by apologizing for what you said the last time. But then she goes on to say, don't over apologize. Like, don't overdo it so that the person doesn't start feeling like they have an extra sense of ego over the relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think that there is something? I'm asking everybody now. Do you really think there's something as over apologizing? If you think yes, just raise your hand. That doesn't mean I'm going to call you. If you think there's something as over apologizing, I'd like to see you raise your hand. If you don't think so, just leave your hand lowered. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3. Okay. Onyinda Mola say, oh, good. Okay. Oh, wow. So we agree that there's something as over apologizing. I mean, I I didn't know there was something as that because for somebody like me, once I'm sorry, I want to make you see that I'm truly sorry. I want to make you know it, feel it, right? So who would like to tell me something about over apologizing? What does it look like? I don't mind us digressing a bit. Okay, Diamond, go ahead.
When you like say it too many times or you seem like too desperate for them to forgive you, like oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, please, no, no, I'm sorry. And then you keep repeating it over and over again. They're gonna think that like, oh, I have power over you, I'm better than you, all that. They're gonna become more arrogant.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you apologize, don't seem too desperate to be forgiven.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
express how sorry you are and let it be,
Let it
right?
go.
If
Oh, I
you're
just
not
learned.
forgiven, then that's it. It's
Yeah,
okay.
just move on. It's just
So the truth is, you can actually do the apologizing, but you can't help the person forgive you. I think
yeah.
that's a fact. I
You
can choose
can't
to
control what
apologize,
other.
but I can't control how you choose to forgive me or
Yeah.
otherwise. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think I like that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. So I think what we always do is that we keep on thinking that if we continue to apologize, we'll be able to influence them to forgive us. It may not actually be the case. I think I get the gist now. Thank you. Yes, Ayo, your hand is still raised. You want to say something?
No, ma. I just forgot to put it down. Sorry.
No worries. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Kenny, I'll bring the same question to you. Okay. Um, what is one thing you one time said and felt like, oh, I wish I didn't say that? And what really happened? How did you handle it?
Um, I don't really want to disclose what I said because it was quite like mean and nasty. But I think it's when I had a friendship fallout. I don't remember what we were like beefing about, but we were beefing over something. And I did say some mean stuff, which resulted in us like not being friends anymore. And to the fact like she was the girl that was actually born on the same day. We were basically like twins or something like that. But I later realised that actually what I said was not really nice because like at that moment I did not really care what she really thought because like I was really just really angry at her. But yeah, I sorted it out and then yeah, because I didn't really like the attention of like people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, what happened to you two?" So I just apologized, even though I don't like apologizing first. But to this day, we're still friends now. So yeah, my opinion on.
Okay. You know, what Kenny just shared now makes me feel like sometimes awkward situations can give birth to more awkward situations. So first, you and your friend have a fallout, and now people are asking you, oh, what's happening between the both of you? And that's even more awkward because you get to start explaining what you shouldn't be
Yeah.
explaining, right? And so she had to just sort everything out, apologize, make them, get them to be good again. Right. Thank you. I think that's very relatable as well. Thank you so much. Okay, back to you, Diamond. Um, how do you and I want to throw this open to the entire house. How do you handle situations where your home values clashes with your friends' opinions and lifestyle? Let me paint a good scenario to this. You know we all have that friend that is cool, you love them, they like you guys are good, but there are certain aspects of your lives that don't just marry. For example, they believe that you should dress in a certain way, and you don't believe in that. When it comes to talking intellectually, you guys connect. But certain values that you have, maybe they don't see anything wrong in telling little lies, or you are big on honesty. How do you handle friendships or situations where your values or your home values are clashing with your friends' values or with your friends' lifestyles? Because I feel like that again can bear some form of awkwardness in relationships, right? If myself and Kenny see eye to eye on literally everything, or we talk the same way, we dress the same way, we believe in the same things, we have the same values, there'll be minimal awkwardness in how we relate. But when it comes to, oh, I said I want to pray, and she doesn't believe in prayers, but she's a good person, we're cool. That moment feels awkward. Are we still together? So, how do you handle it when somebody that is a good friend of yours has a value or doesn't really buy the value that you really uphold? How do you handle that? Diamond, I'll start with you, then I'll go to Kenny. Any other
Um,
person can jump on this, please. Yeah, Kenny.
I would
I'm Diamond.
stand by. I would stand by my home values. And then I would like if they told me to do something, and it's their home values, but then my home values are the opposite. I would stand with my home values, but I'd just kindly explain to them that I don't want to do it because my home values are different. Um, I'm not gonna be like mean about it. I'm just gonna like patiently and carefully explain to them. And if they don't take it well, then that's fine. I can get other friends. It doesn't matter. If you don't want to be my friend anymore because of my own values, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay, I like this vibe. I'm not dying on top friendship. If you want to move, here's the door. Okay, nice. Kenny, you go.
I try and like respect other people's opinions because like every human being is different. There's no one like exactly the same. I also try and respect, especially like Christianity, because I'm a Christian. Especially people that are atheists. I don't know. I think that's quite a big thing. And like some people are like, "Oh, God doesn't exist" or something like that. I try and like respect their opinions while like trying to stay true to my own values and that. So I don't really try and argue about it because like, okay, I'm a Christian. Okay, you're an atheist. Like, if you're not okay with that, cool. Like what Diamond said. Okay, let's not be friends then. I'm not saying that atheists and Christians cannot be friends, but like if it comes to a point, like over the line, then okay, let's not be friends. If it's not gonna work out. I believe that respect and like good boundaries, like help maintain a good friendship. If it's just too much, then I think like you shouldn't really just be friends with them. But I do also at the same time compromise my beliefs as well. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I like the sincerity in that. I mean, and I think there's also wisdom in that as well. I don't believe in something you believe in. I don't have to impose my beliefs on you, and you don't have to impose yours on me. Respect mine, and I'll respect yours, right? But speaking on this case of, I still want to call on people to speak to this. Speaking on this issue of, oh, if you don't agree with me on certain core things, then you can move, right? I'd like to ask again, have you ever had a friend that used to be a friend and now became, how do I put this now? Somebody who used to be a friend, no longer a friend, right? At that initial phase where you say, oh, you're no longer friends. I mean, we don't agree on the same things. You need to just go. We can stop being friends. At that initial phase, you still have to see them often. Maybe you're in the same school. How do you handle every time you meet them? How do you feel? I know sometimes for somebody like me, when I was much younger, my heart starts to beat a bit faster, right? Because I feel like, oh, I didn't want to have to meet this person today, right? So how do you handle that? You have a friend that is, or you had a friend that you still have to see every time. How do you handle seeing them and meeting them every time? That's another awkward situation, if you ask me. Yes, Diamond.
I'd probably be like, just because we're not friends doesn't mean like we don't talk to each other or that. It just means that we're normal people. We're just not like close like friends anymore. Like I can say hi to you and all that, but I'm not exactly your friend anymore. And if you don't
Mm,
say hi back to me, then that's fine. Why would I care?
okay. All right. Thank you. So she says, if you no longer are friends, doesn't mean that you're now terrible or enemies, right? You can still say hi to them. Kenny, do you agree with this? And how does it feel to say hi to somebody that used to be close to you, but is no longer as close?
I mean, if you're not friends with them, that doesn't mean you have to be rude to them. I think if it's something that was really like, how would I say, like really like difficult, and like you guys really had a big fallout, then okay, it will take some time to like adjust not being friends, especially when you've been close. But I think like just being nice, like smiling, you don't have to say hi, you could just do a smile, or just like being nice in general, like not being like, let's say you're trying to open the door for one of your friends, and then you see the person you weren't close with before, you just shut the door on them. I think that will come as rude. So just being nice, like smiling and that, or just like try and like help the situation a bit more. So it
Hmm.
doesn't.
Okay. Thank you very much. You guys have done really good answering these questions. But I'd like to ask Onyinko and Oyinda, AY, Angela, a few questions. Diana, any of you can jump on this. Now, it's easy to think that if somebody is no longer your friend, maybe it was me that said I no longer want to be friends. Sometimes the reverse is the case where this person said they no longer want to be friends with you, well, you still would have wanted to be friends with them. Does that make sense to you? Or you can't relate to it? There are people who just feel like you're not woke. They won't tell you I no longer want to be friends, but they just stop being as close to you as they used to be. Okay? So in this case, there is a feeling you get when you realize that, oh, that used to be us. Maybe you see them with somebody else now. That used to be us, walking around during our break time and having lunch together. But there's somebody else now. And even when you try to be, excuse me, try to be nice, like Kenny projected to them, they just ignore you. How do you handle that? Is Oyinda there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, please go ahead.
If
Did you
like,
get my question?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
If they like don't want to be friends with me, I still want to be friends with them. I will tell them I still want to be friends with them. But if they don't want to be friends with me, it's fine because I don't want to like be friends with someone who doesn't want to be friends with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're constantly trying to be kind to them, nice, and they just act like you don't exist or they are being rude, not responding to you, not acknowledging you? How do you deal with friendships like that?
I would change it and like I'll still be nice to them, but like I would like try as hard as I used to. So I would still be nice to them and like treat them like a normal person, but I like would like try as hard as I used to.
Hmm. I think I kind of like that. Onyin Consola, do you have anything to say to that?
Say, I wouldn't really try forcing it on them. Like, oh, hi, let's say I say hi and she's like, she just ignores me. Yeah, I get that. I think I might just spend my time focusing more on me because like um if she doesn't want to be friends with me, of course I did something. So I feel like I should focus more on myself so I don't like repeat the same mistake. So it might be like
No,
my
you didn't do anything. Your values just don't align. You believe in
oh,
honesty, she doesn't. Or you believe in, loyalty, she doesn't, for example. Or there's a certain way she likes to dress and you don't like to dress in that way. And for that reason, she just feels like we're no longer kids, we're growing up. You need to be woke or we have to fall apart or something. You didn't do anything wrong, just that your lifestyle no longer flows with hers.
all right. So I might just stick with people with my values. I'm still friends with her, but if she doesn't want to acknowledge me, then it's fine because I can't really force it on her. So yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love that all of us are still maintaining that the fact that somebody chooses to be mean to you doesn't mean that you have to become mean to them as well. Still maintain the goodness of your personality. I love that. Thank you so much. Yes, I see Finny's hand is raised. Finny, are
Yes,
you
ma.
there?
I think that, yeah.
Go on, please.
Hello. Yeah. So yeah, I think that I'll still talk to them. I can still play with them, but not as before. Like not as close as before. Like I can still like talk to them and say hello and I or something like that. But I won't be like close to them like before. Maybe like with hang out after school or something. I won't be like that close. I can still talk to them in school, but I won't be like it won't be the same as before.
Hmm. I think I really like that. Angela, do you have anything to add to what we are saying?
I think that if I'm friends with something, but no, if I'm friends with someone and they didn't like the way I dress or act or the way I look or like the way I just do things in life, I would like separate myself with them because I would let them like bring me down from like reaching my goals or anything. So I would just stop being friends with them.
Thank you. Thank you. So I've learned a couple of things from everything we've said so far. Diana, do you want to say something to this?
Yeah, sure, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, please go ahead.
If I feel the vibe is not like connecting anymore, I can just lay back. But of course, I'll still talk to them, but I'll just lay back. Because if they don't like what I like or do what I like, it's not forcible, and it's not really something I should really care about as much as I could because it's not like something important or anything. So I can just stay back, and also I can make friends with someone else. It's not the end of the world. So I can just make friends with someone else. She can do her own thing. I can do my own thing. We can go our both separate ways. It's not like a must. We must be together, so we can just like do our own thing. So it's not really, it doesn't really matter.
Right. Thank you. So from everything that we've all shared, I think I picked a couple of things. One, the fact that we're no longer friends doesn't mean we're now enemies. There's a middle ground, right? Did I get that right? So you're no longer friends with me doesn't mean that you're not my enemy. Doesn't mean I have to be mean or have an attitude or be rude to you, right? That's one thing I've learned. So you can respect them without necessarily being close friends with them. That's one thing I'm picking, and I love that. The second thing I'm learning is to choose yourself, right? You need to learn to choose yourself and be kind to yourself. If somebody is acting in a certain way to you, doesn't mean that you have to look down on yourself. So you're trying to say hello, they're not respectful or responding to you, then you can decide to focus on you. Like I think it was Onyekon that said that. I'll focus on me, right? I'll work on me. I'll focus on me and choose myself. And I think that's one thing I feel like a lot of us should actually take away from this space. Friendships are good, but there's nothing as terrible as having a one-sided friendship. So if it's not working, it's okay to move on, appreciating yourself and understanding that there are better friendships that you can get into in the future. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for all your contributions. I'm grateful. Taiwo, do you want to say something to everything we've been discussing? Is Taiwo there?
I just want to say that I've learned that like if someone doesn't really be friends with you, you shouldn't force them. You should just like maybe take a step back and focus about yourself. And if they don't like have the same values and boundaries as like you can just like instead of arguing about it, you can talk about it.
Right. Thank you so much, Taiwo. I love that. Thank you. So one thing I'd like to ask now, we all agree that we are all confronted with awkward situations every now and then. When do you decide when to speak up and when to just let it go in an awkward situation? When do I speak up and when do I just let it go? What does it have to come to before I say, no, I have to speak to this, or I can just let it go? Kenny?
I'm quite like a person who likes sticking up for stuff that is actually wrong. Because like I speak up when something is quite unfair or if someone's like being rude in that. Especially like racism or something. I quite speak up a lot on that. But I do stay quiet when like emotions are like running high or speaking speaking when like it won't really improve the situation. So I try to choose words that are really like respectful and helpful rather than like reacting dramatically to it.
So you learn to choose your words and not
Yeah.
just react dramatically to it. Thank you. Okay. Diamond?
If it's something small, like a mild disagreement with someone else or something, then fine, I'll let it go. But if they're like talking bad about my something that's really important to me, like my values, my religion, something like that, then that's when we're gonna have a problem. If you don't believe in it, that's fine. But if you're talking bad about it, no, that's not gonna happen.
Okay. All right. So what kind of awkwardness do you decide to be quiet to? I think I'd like to hear us talk about this, even in the chat box. I want to see lots of comments. Colette and Camila, they are not here. I want us to respond to this. There are lots of things that actually feel awkward. There's this, as a lady, there's this big brother that you really respect and admire. Could be in a club, at your place of worship, anywhere. And they start to be seemingly extra close to you. When they talk, they start to touch your shoulder. It can start to feel awkward. At that level, do you think you should speak yet or watch where it's going? That's what I'm trying to ask. Where do you decide that, oh, I can no longer be quiet on this awkwardness anymore? I need to speak up. It doesn't always have to be about disrespectful behaviors. Sometimes it could be about, presence. Somebody is becoming too close to you, calling you more often, being around you more often. That can also bring a level of awkwardness. How do you know that, oh, I think I've had enough of quietness on this. I need to speak up on this now. Or it's okay to just let it lie quiet. I'd like to hear our thoughts. So it doesn't have to be Kenny or Diamond now. Anybody else can jump on this. If you want to speak to it, you can please raise your hand and I'll let you speak. All right, Diamond is choosing to go first. Please go ahead.
I would speak up if he's touching my shoulder. If you're close to me, fine, I won't speak up yet. But if you touch me anywhere, I don't care. I'm speaking up. Please do not touch me. Like even
So you
before
don't
he
keep
puts his hand
quiet
out
when
to
somebody
touch me,
starts
I'll
to
be like,
touch
do
you.
not touch me, please.
Fantastic. Oh,
Like it doesn't have to be
okay.
loud. I can just
Okay.
whisper it in his ear or something, but as long as he knows.
Okay. All right. Thank you. But sometimes I feel like we need to also be observant because what if somebody is trying to, well, you could tell me there's something on my face instead of touching my face. I think that's also still, yes. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, Onyekon was raising her hand earlier.
Yeah, I feel like I would try being direct, like telling them no, instead of like making like dragging on the conversation. Because like if I drag it on, yeah, someone's bound to get annoyed. And that's what I'm trying to like um kind of stop from happening, because then it just becomes a whole argument that doesn't really have to be. So I'm just gonna be direct.
Okay.
And
So
like
Onyekon is saying sometimes you need to be direct. Don't further foster the awkwardness by going round and round in circles. Just be direct about what it is you're not comfortable about. Thank you so much, Onyekon. Any other person, guys, please raise your hand and let's talk about this. At what point do I decide I'm no longer going to be quiet about this level of awkwardness? I want to speak up. Yes, Oyinda.
So like if someone's trying to touch me, I will tell them that I'll be direct at first. I tell them like I'll be polite at first. I tell them please don't touch me or please don't do this. And then if they continue doing it, I like will make it more serious and tell them directly no, or like don't touch me at all, or can you move away from me, or I'll just proceed to leave the area or the conversation that I'm in.
It's not just sometimes it's not about touching, it's about moving away. Why are you so close? You know, there's a level of closeness that you have with somebody before they can sit and talk with you and put their arms around your shoulder while talking with you. If you're not there yet, why are you doing that with me? I'm not comfortable. So you should learn to speak up and sometimes be very direct. Yes, David Oluyemi.
If someone did that to me, like for example, if it was the first time, I politely ask them, please, can you put your hand off me or blah 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 blah. They continue proceeding to do it over and over again. That's when I'll start like raising my voice a little. And even after that, if like let's say I tell the teacher and they get a warning and they still continue to do that, then I'm giving them a dirty slap.
Not a clean one, a dirty one. Okay. Thank you, David. I've been polite. I've spoken up, and you are still choosing to be funny. Then we'll slap the funniness out of you. All right. Thank you very much, David. That was very, very honest and brutal. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else wants to jump on this? How do I know when to? Still can't stop laughing at the dirty slap. How do I know when I'm supposed to, you know, be quiet or when to speak up? Anybody else?
Is he sleeping?
All right. Okay, so I think we can move on from that question. Thank you, guys. I think I had fun listening to that. Okay, so I'd like to ask this one to every one of us. What is one mindset shift that has helped you deal with awkward situations better? What is one mindset shift that has helped you to deal with awkward situations better? Kenny?
One mindset like that really helped me is like realizing that awkward moments are like temporary, and that everyone makes a mistake, that no one is perfect, and like instead of overthinking it, I see them like as opportunities to learn and grow. So yeah.
Thank you. Awkward moments are also opportunities to learn and grow, so don't avoid them. Not lovely. I like that mindset. Diamond, how about you? Is there something you've had to learn about awkwardness that has helped you handle it better?
I've probably learned like that you should know like when to speak up and when to stay quiet. And not just stay quiet the whole time. Because if you're uncomfortable and then you stay quiet, then it could actually get you into great danger if that person that's near you is a bad person. Um, so I think it's knowing when to speak and when to stay quiet.
Thank you. So Kenny says, learn from it. Diamond says, know when to speak and know when to stay quiet. Because sometimes your speaking can compound the awkwardness, right? I agree with you 101%. And sometimes too, keeping quiet can compound the awkwardness. So you should know when to speak and know when to actually be quiet in awkward situations. Thank you. Abdulaziz, what is something you're taking away from this session?
That how to deal with awkward situations. And if someone is making you comfortable, not uncomfortable, how do you handle it?
Tell me how. How do you think is one of the best ways to handle awkward situations? Someone makes you uncomfortable. What do you do?
I'll just tell a teacher or trusted adult.
Okay. And after that, they don't stop. What do you do next?
I just leave the room.
All right, thank you. Yeah, sometimes it just pays to walk away in some situations. Not everything needs to be fought. Not everything needs to be talked about. Sometimes walking away can be the best thing you can do for yourself. Okay, now this goes to everybody. I want us all to type something in the chat box. What is one advice that you're going to give, or one piece of advice that you would give to another teenager who is struggling with handling awkward situations? What would you say to them in one sentence? What would be your advice to a teenager who is struggling with handling awkward situations? While Kenya and Diamond speak to this, I want us all to say something in the chat, and everybody gets to type something before we leave this call. So, Diamond, you can go first, then Kenny will go next, and then everybody gets to type something. I'm waiting to read from you.
First analyze the situation and like see like what you can do, if you should speak, if you should stay quiet, if you should tell someone, if you should just walk away. You have to like analyze the situation first so you know what to do so you don't accidentally do the wrong thing.
I think that's very key. We don't talk about that enough, right? Before you react or respond to anything, analyze it first. Is this what my voice? Is this what my silence? Is this what my action or energy, right? Analyze the situation. Thank you so much. Yeah, Kenny.
I would tell them to like be yourself. Like you're not me. I'm not you. And like try not to overthink every situation, because like you could just like stay calm, be respectful, and remember that awkward moment always come, and that people won't quite remember your situation like very, very long.
Right.
I would say like learn from your experience, laugh when it's appropriate, like read the room, and keep moving forward with confidence.
Thank you. Nobody remembers some of these things after a while. People are too busy with their own lives to be thinking about you all the time. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Ayo says you don't have to be the silent one. I agree. That's the advice to the person who is dealing with awkwardness. Taiwo says breathe and try to learn from the situation. I agree with you. Thank you, Taiwo. Stay calm and just tell. That's from Abdulaziz. Thank you. Diana says say something to break the tension in the room. Don't overthink it. Let it out of your head. Don't keep it in your head for too long. Thank you, Diana. Onyin Consola Oyinda Mola, I'm waiting. Angela, AY has spoken. Camila, Chinua, Moyo, I'm waiting to hear from all of us or read from us. Right. What is one advice you would give to someone who is handling an awkward situation or doesn't know how to handle awkwardness? Zainab, Wisdom, I'd love to hear from you too. Yeah, Oyinda, go ahead.
I would like tell them like not to worry that much, but they should still go report it or find a trusted adult to talk to. And like if they feel like really awkward about it, they can like just go away from the situation or try focusing about it or like move away from the situation and like they could stop thinking about it like a little bit more so that it doesn't come back to their head. And that's my advice.
All right. Thank you so much, Oyinda. Camila, I'd like to hear from you. Please go ahead. I've not heard your voice today. You want me to read your text or you'd like to talk, Camila? Should I go ahead and read? Okay. So Camila sent a message to the chat box and she's saying that for somebody who is dealing with awkwardness, stay calm, analyze the situation. No need to overthink it. Just be yourself and be real. Thank you. Thank you, Camila. Chinua says, try to be calm. Take 5 deep breaths in. Okay, thank you. All right. Any other person wants to say something to this? I think I've learned a whole lot today. Really, I'm glad I had this conversation with you. And I want to say a big thank you to Kenny and Diamond for agreeing to lead this conversation. It was a whole lot, keeping them back and telling them, you've got to do this, you can do it, and see how easy it was for you. But I love that you're building your confidence in facing people, facing the world, and, airing your thoughts. That is something we want to groom in all of us in this space. So next time, it might be somebody else, it might be you and you looking at me. Please get ready. There's no shy person in this classroom. All of us are here to grow and to thrive and to be our best selves. And I'm sure we all learned something today. Do you agree with me? If you learned something, please give me a thumbs up. No matter how little you learned something today, can I get a thumbs up, please? Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Taiwo. Angela did not learn anything. Oh, she has many thumbs up for me. Thank you, guys. AY, did you not learn anything today? Give me like 5 thumbs up for delaying the thumbs up. Give me 5. And smile, please. What's happening over there? Did somebody upset you? Okay, smiling now. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And David Oluyemi, thank you for making us laugh so much in class today with the dirty slap reset button. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you all for doing this with me today. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you, every one of you, for being in class today. See you again same time next week. Be good. Or when you consider saying, process it, pause and think, then take action. It might be in form of creating space or showing what? Or showing respect. All right, thank you. Yeah, sometimes speak, sometimes be quiet. Yeah, just know what to do after analyzing the whole thing. Thank you so much, guys. This was beautiful and very rich. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We'll do this again next month or the month after. But till then, keep winning, keep thriving, keep shining. I'm rooting for you and I love you all. Have a fantastic evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.